Campaign Day 1. 5 friends gathered around a large wooden table. The scent of freshly baked pizza wafted through the air, intermingling with the ambient clinking noise of chilled beer bottles cheersing between sips. Laughter echoed as inside jokes and banter flowed freely, creating an atmosphere of camaraderie and anticipation. The dungeon master had spent weeks crafting a world of intrigue and espionage. A tapestry woven with secrets, alliances, and dangers awaited them. The players were about to embark on a campaign that promised to challenge their wits and camaraderie in equal measure. The DM distributed manila envelopes to each player, bearing the words "Top Secret" emblazoned in bold red letters. The contents held the key to their upcoming adventure: character sheets, meticulously detailed backstories, and monochrome profile pictures that lent an air of mystery to the proceedings. Each envelope was a gateway to a new identity, a new life within this fictional realm. A week prior, the players had received a series of probing questions, laying the foundation for their characters' profiles and narratives. As they sat around the table, they began to recount the tales that had emerged from their responses. Personal histories, motivations, and secrets were unveiled, intertwining their fates in unexpected ways. With a mix of excitement and curiosity, they took turns sharing their characters' stories. As the stories flowed, the room resonated with the players' passion and creativity. The pizza began to disappear, and the first round of beers emptied, but their enthusiasm remained strong. The stage was set, the characters were poised, and the world of espionage awaited their exploration. And so, with laughter still ringing in the air, the group prepared to dive headfirst into a world where alliances were forged, mysteries awaited unraveling, and friendships were bound to be tested in the crucible of adventure. The dungeon master sat at the head of the table. "Let's begin," he said, as he looked up from his notes. "You will now hear stories, accounts, and every decision made by each of these players." As Thomas Jones briskly navigated the bustling streets toward the train station, his thoughts were preoccupied with the mission that lay ahead. He felt the weight of responsibility resting on his shoulders, the gravity of the secrets he was about to delve into. The city hummed with its usual activity, indifferent to the clandestine world he inhabited. Amid the crowd, his path intersected with that of a woman carrying an oversized purse, her intentions cloaked behind an innocent facade. Their eyes met for an instant, a calculated moment that held the promise of intrigue. And then, as if orchestrated by fate, she collided with him, her purse's contents spilling onto the pavement. Papers, cosmetics, and various odds and ends lay scattered. Thomas instinctively crouched to help gather the items, his movements swift yet deliberately nonchalant. His eyes caught something out of place, a large manila envelope, inconspicuously nestled among the scattered belongings. Swiftly and discreetly, he slid it into his jacket. A silent understanding passed between them, an unspoken agreement of secrecy. Amidst the ruffle of gathering belongings and whispered apologies, they exchanged swift glances, playing their parts convincingly. Strangers in this orchestrated dance, they resumed their separate trajectories, leaving behind the facade of a chance encounter. Thomas reached the train station, his heart beating with a mixture of anticipation and caution. Finding his platform, he settled into a seat, the envelope now concealed beneath his jacket. Carefully, he extracted the contents. A train ticket to his designated destination lay atop a tablet. His eyes flickered with intrigue as he powered on the device, revealing a secured interface that demanded his unique credentials. With the skill of a seasoned operative, he unlocked the tablet, revealing a digital dossier. The screen illuminated his face with its cold blue light as he delved into the profiles of the team members he was to lead. Each dossier was a puzzle piece, a portrait of skills, backgrounds, and hidden talents. As he read through the narratives, he found himself mentally assembling the team, envisioning their collaboration, and foreseeing the challenges that lay ahead. His new team were as follows. Name: Jake Smith. Background: Jake Smith is a former Marine who has seen multiple deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq. He is an expert in hand-to-hand combat and has extensive knowledge of explosives. Skills: hand-to-hand combat. Jake has been trained in various forms of hand-to-hand combat and is able to take down opponents quickly and efficiently. Explosives. Jake has a deep understanding of different types of explosives and how to use them effectively in various situations. Leadership. Jake has experience leading teams in high-pressure situations and is able to make quick and effective decisions. Survival. Jake is well versed in survival techniques and is able to survive in harsh environments with limited resources. Appearance. Jake is tall and muscular, with short brown hair and a rugged appearance. He has several tattoos, including one of the Marine Corps emblem on his arm. Personality. Jake is a highly disciplined and focused individual who is dedicated to completing his missions. He is also a loyal friend and will go to great lengths to protect those close to him. Jake can be stoic and reserved, but can also be quick to anger if he or his teammates are threatened. Backstory. Jake joined the Marine Corps right out of high school, eager to serve his country. He quickly rose through the ranks and was chosen for special operations. After several deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq, Jake was honorably discharged and now uses his skills to fight against injustice and oppression. Motivation. Jake is motivated to use his skills and experience to help those in need and fight against tyranny and oppression. He will take on any mission if he believes it is for the greater good. Jake is also motivated to keep his teammates safe and will do whatever it takes to protect them. Name: James Lee. Background: James Lee is a South Korean Special Forces operative who specializes in espionage and infiltration. He is an expert in covert operations and is wanted in multiple countries as a suspect in the assassination of multiple high-value targets. Skills: espionage. James has extensive knowledge of espionage tactics and is able to gather information without being detected. Infiltration. James is able to infiltrate high-security facilities and organizations without being detected. Assassination. James is skilled in various methods of assassination and is able to take out high-value targets with precision. Hand-to-hand combat. James is trained in various forms of hand-to-hand combat and is able to take down opponents quickly and efficiently. Appearance. James is of average height and build, with short black hair and a stoic expression. He speaks fluent Korean, English, and Mandarin. Personality. James is highly disciplined and focused, with a strong sense of duty and loyalty to his country. He is able to remain calm and collected in high-pressure situations. James can be stoic and reserved, but can also be quick to anger if he or his teammates are threatened. Backstory. James joined the South Korean Special Forces at a young age and quickly rose through the ranks. He has been involved in various covert operations and is considered one of the most skilled operatives in his unit. Despite his success, James's actions have made him a wanted man in multiple countries. Motivation. James is motivated by a sense of duty and loyalty to his country. He will do whatever it takes to protect South Korea and its people, even if it means operating outside of the law. He is also motivated by a need to prove his worth and be recognized as one of the best in his field. Countries James is wanted in: China, North Korea, Russia, United States, Japan, France, United Kingdom. Thomas continued to scroll through the dossiers. Name: Peter Johnson. Background: Peter Johnson is a computer hacker who was dishonorably discharged from the army. Despite his past, he was recruited by the CIA to use his skills to hack into Chinese banking systems. Skills: computer hacking. Peter is a highly skilled hacker, able to penetrate the most secure computer systems and networks. Cryptography. Peter has knowledge of various encryption methods and is able to decrypt messages and files. Networking. Peter has a deep understanding of computer networks and is able to exploit vulnerabilities in them. Social engineering. Peter is able to manipulate people into giving him sensitive information or access to restricted systems. Equipment. Peter carries a laptop, a high-performance laptop that he uses to hack into various systems. USB drives. A variety of USB drives that he uses to transfer files and data. Smartphone. Peter carries a smartphone with various hacking tools and apps installed. Disguises. He can also use various disguises to blend in and avoid detection. Appearance. Peter is thin and has a scruffy appearance. He has dark circles under his eyes from spending long hours in front of a computer. Personality. Peter is highly intelligent and analytical, but can be socially awkward. He is driven by a desire to uncover the truth and is not afraid to bend or break the rules to do so. Peter can be arrogant and dismissive of authority, but will also fiercely protect those he considers friends. Backstory. Peter joined the army as a way to serve his country, but was discharged for disobeying orders. Despite his past, Peter is dedicated to serving his country and will go to great lengths to protect it. Motivation. Peter is motivated by a desire to reveal the truth and expose any corruption or injustice. He is also motivated by loyalty to his country and will do whatever it takes to protect it. He is also motivated by his desire for redemption, to prove that he is more than just a hacker and can do something meaningful with his skills. Thomas paused from reviewing these profiles, shook his head, and waved the attendant over. "Yes, I think I'm going to need a drink. A bourbon on the rocks, please," Thomas said, with a slight tone of disbelief in his voice. "Of course," said the attendant. "I'll be right back with that." Thomas looked back down at his tablet to look over the last profile. The last one on the list of team members was Ryan Thompson. Ryan Thompson is a weapons expert with a specialty in sniping. He served in the army and left to take on military contracts. He was arrested and tried by a foreign government for involvement of an incident involving the death of civilians during a contract deployment, but was bailed out and recruited by GATO, Global Anti-Terror Organization. He is an alcoholic, but one of the best snipers in the industry. Skills. Sniping. Ryan is one of the best snipers in the industry with a high accuracy and quick reflexes. Weapons handling. Ryan is proficient in handling various types of weapons and is able to quickly adapt to new equipment. Sniper rifle. Ryan carries his own high-precision sniper rifle that he uses to take out his targets. Surveillance equipment. Ryan carries various surveillance equipment to gather information on his targets. Camouflage. Ryan carries camouflage gear to blend in with his surroundings. Appearance. Ryan is tall and athletic with short brown hair and a rugged appearance. He has a scar above his left eyebrow from a previous operation. Personality. Ryan is a skilled and experienced operator but has a troubled past. He is an alcoholic and struggles with trauma from his past operations. He is a solitary figure, preferring to keep to himself, and is not good with people. Despite his rough exterior, Ryan has a strong moral compass and will not take on a mission that he believes is morally dubious. Backstory. Ryan joined the army and quickly rose through the ranks to become a top sniper. After leaving the army, he took on military contracts but was arrested for his involvement in the death of civilians during a contract deployment. He was bailed out and recruited by GATO due to his exceptional skills as a sniper. Motivation. Ryan is motivated by a desire to redeem himself for his past actions and to make a positive impact in the world. He is also motivated by a sense of duty and loyalty to GATO and will do whatever it takes to complete his missions successfully. Thomas downed his drink and let out a sigh. The attendant came back over to collect his empty glass. "Would you like?" Before she could finish her question, Thomas answered, "Yes, and make it double this time." He leaned back in his chair and whispered in a voice of concern to himself, "We might die and bring the world with us on this one." Thomas stepped out of the train station and found himself standing on the bustling streets of Berlin. The city's energy pulsed around him, a blend of history and modernity. With purposeful strides, he navigated the urban labyrinth, heading towards the designated rendezvous point that had been communicated to him. His destination led him to the industrial heart of the city, where towering buildings bore the marks of time and toil. Among them stood an old warehouse, weathered by the years, but exuding an air of secrecy. The industrial sector's clatter and hum provided a fitting cover for clandestine dealings. As he approached the warehouse, its massive doors loomed before him, promising both answers and new mysteries. The journey he had embarked upon was reaching a crucial juncture, and anticipation coursed through his veins. He could feel the weight of expectations pressing upon him, the invisible strings of fate drawing him towards this moment. With a steadying breath, he stepped forward and pushed open the door, revealing a cavernous interior that held both shadows and secrets. The faint glow of dim lights cast elongated silhouettes across the space, dancing amidst crates and machinery. The atmosphere was one of hushed anticipation, as if the very air held its breath. Echoes of his footsteps resonated through the vast chamber as he ventured deeper into the warehouse. It was a place where hidden meetings and covert operations might have unfolded countless times before. The walls seemed to whisper tales of intrigue, of past encounters shrouded in darkness. Thomas walked past crates and boxes filled with weapons, ammo, and plenty of gear necessary for any competent team to complete any assignment. Computer systems and comms were already hooked up and ready to go. Thomas lit up another cigarette, took a long drag, and let out a steady exhale of second-hand smoke. He could hear talking, strategizing, and comparing the gear they found available to them. Thomas made sure to remind himself of the Glock 45 tucked in his waistband in case things went sideways, and one of these assholes end up being as crazy and unpredictable as their file revealed. Amidst the shadows, he spotted 4 figures waiting for him. It was his team, and he was able to recognize them from their dossiers. Their presence felt like a convergence of threads, the culmination of planning and preparation. As Thomas closed the distance between them, James shouted out, "Yo, who the fuck are you?" Thomas slowly revealed himself from the shadows of the dim warehouse with cigarette in hand. "I'm the guy in charge of the team who's going to save the fucking world." A sly, crooked smile graced Jake's face in response to the impending chaos about to unfold.
As we close this chapter with the Curious Scriptorium, don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing tales. Thanks for joining us, and until we meet again, stay curious.